Greetings YouTube, this is your resident Land Cruiser nut, and in today's video we're going to be working on the interior a little bit. I need to replace these vents. As you can see, they are quite broken. They don't stay in place. They just basically, when you're driving, they fall down and don't blow any air on you whatsoever. Most of the time it's just blowing on your feet, because as soon as you hit the first bump, they're immediately down. Now, to my surprise, Toyota still sells these, but I had to order them from Japan. You can get them in the United States from the Toyota dealerships, but they are much more expensive when you go through a Toyota dealership. And my tip for you on that is, when you order things from Japan, you're going to be ordering them from, I'm probably going to butcher the name, it's called Amayama Trading Co. Keep in mind that weight is going to be your biggest enemy, because that's what jacks up the shipping price, is the weight. Now, how I counter that is I look for parts that don't weigh a lot, but they're expensive in the United States. And a good example was these. At any Toyota dealership, they were roughly $90. I got these for $35 at Amayama. I also picked up the window channels for the window runs that are right here. Those are $80 at any Toyota dealership, and I got them for about $36 from Amayama, and they're a original Toyota part. Okay, so now we're going to get back to getting this fascia removed. You got an upper part and a lower part. For the upper, there's screws here, one here, and another one here, and you're going to have some screws that are in behind this area. So in order to get this lower section off, let me get situated here. You have a screw that's here, and you have two screws that are located down inside there. You got to take out. I'm going to try to do this without breaking anything, and let's just see how it goes and try to get these out and see if this is gonna, if my plan is gonna work here. Is just to basically get everything disconnected without, well, I'm gonna first try to take all this off without disconnecting anything behind here, just kind of see if it pulls loose a little bit. That way I can take this front part off. So let's get to it, and let's see if my plan is actually gonna work. If it doesn't, we'll go ahead and just disconnect all these switches and pull it out farther, and hopefully we can do this without having to take the steering column apart. There's those two. I got now one right up underneath here. Of course I dropped it. Let's see if we can managed to get this upper part loose. If you see here, it's a combination of some clips and of course the screws that you saw me pull out. I would say if you're doing this, it's very helpful to have one of these trim removal kits so that you don't break any of these things. They're obviously, after 30 years, they're going to be pretty delicate. And I believe I'm going to be able to get this out, this top part out, without having to pull this completely away from the dash, because I see there's one screw there and then another screw right down in there. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. On this end, and then, like I talked about, the three screws that are up there, and I'm hoping that whole piece will come out. So let me get these screws off real quick, and I'll let you know how this proceeds, and we'll get to the next step and see how these come off. I believe these actually come out with the entire upper piece. Okay, so I got this out, and of course I looked down and my GoPro had died. So just a quick update. There are two more screws you can see right here at the top I didn't take out, so I didn't see those. So there's a screw here, and there was one in the very back. So it was a total of 5 screws that float around in this area. And then to get the upper fascia out, I did have to undo these two systems, and then you have this one here for the clock, this one here for the hazard lights, and you just got to be aware you got clips up here, and another clip right there where this goes in, and it comes right out. So look at the back here, it is extremely dirty. So I'm actually going to take this inside, get it all cleaned off, and see what it takes to get this new vents in. Okay, we're inside now. There we go. I believe what you got to do is just get in here with these, break these tabs loose. Might have to have something better than that. Yeah, there's one. Keep breaking them loose. You got corresponding tabs on both sides, it looks like. Okay, I got this off. I had to take this switch out because it was in the way, and I managed to break one of these tabs. So actually two. Hopefully this still stays in place. Let's put the new one in now. Oh man, that stinks. Hopefully this doesn't go anywhere. This should be relatively simple. I'll get this snapped in place real quick and see if I can do this without breaking any more and go put it back in the truck. But at least you're kind of getting the procedure and seeing some of my mistakes. But you know, with the age of these vehicles, some of these tabs are just so brittle that it's very hard to do this without breaking them off. All right, so I got this back in. It's sit firmly in place. Let's say if you break maybe one or two, you're still going to be okay. I just want to get this all wiped off before I put it back in the truck, because God knows breathing some of this dirt is probably not good. Kind of hit it with a little bit of water in the back, but I didn't want to put too much water on it because I don't want to damage that clock and the electronics inside of it. But let me roll it over there. You can see they look good. They're nice and firm. They stay in place. I'm actually glad I did this, and I'm glad I didn't break anything else. So let me finish cleaning this up. We'll walk back outside and put it right back in the truck. And yeah, these things much better, not falling apart. They could actually aim them where they need to be. So great modification, or not really a modification, just getting the truck back to natural. There's so many things in this truck that I realized were just messed up on the interior. And one of the things I didn't even know, I just forgot to mention, was that a actual piece of carpet goes right here. When I bought this truck, this wasn't there. And Toyota actually still sells this piece of carpet, which was shocking to me. So yeah, it's just getting the truck back to original, getting it back to where it needed to be without causing more damage. Everything is back together and nothing else is broken, which is good. It's always scary when you have to take these dashes apart, and especially when they're 30 years old. I'm always afraid every time I do something, something else is going to break. So we managed to keep the damage to the minimal, but I do have these put in, and thank goodness that they are no longer just flopping around and doing their own thing. I can actually point them in a direction and they stay there. I know this was a short video. I really just kind of want to highlight the fact that they actually still make these, and I believe this dash was only around 91 through 93 or 94. I know it swapped after that, so it's shocking to me that they actually still make them. A couple other things, you know, like I said, it's been very cold here and we're actually getting into the spring. I have a lot of videos that I'm going to be making. I've actually done a lot of things to this truck, and it was actually a lot of little things, but they added up to the point where I need to do a video about all the small things I've been doing. Now, with all of these things I've been doing, I've been ordering a lot of parts, and sometimes I get confused. So if you are a 3FE owner, this will pertain to you. I am currently sitting at 506 subscribers, and if I get to 600, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look down the list of all my subscribers from 506 forward, and I'm going to be gifting you a couple of my extra parts that are right here. These are ones that this one specifically, I found it very difficult to find, and this is another one. So let me get out underneath the truck real quick and I'll show you where they go. So the first hose is this little guy right here that I will be giving someone. And like I said, I will be including shipping in that, so it's going to be no cost to you. I can tell you, if yours hose was as old as mine, I thought I was going to have to get a concrete saw to get this hose off. It was extremely rock hard, and even trying to cut through it with a razor blade was almost impossible, but it came off, and here is a new one for you. The other hose is this guy right here that goes to the top of the valve cover. I can tell you, I've looked many times for this part on different Toyota websites, and it told me it was discontinued. I accidentally ordered this part on accident, and it turned out to be this hose. So whatever this part number was doesn't correspond with the part number they gave me, but it is the actual part. So to spare you the headache, I will be gifting someone, again, this hose. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Continue to check out the channel. As I said, I will be providing a lot more videos now that the weather has gotten warmer. And thank you to all of my subscribers thus far. Until next time, bye.